Arkansas State's in town out of the Sun Belt to tangle with number 20, Oklahoma. Final season in the Big 12 for Brent Venables and the Oklahoma Sooners before transitioning into the SEC 6-7 a year ago, the first losing season in a generation in these parts. Meanwhile, for Butch Jones, the head man in Jonesboro, Arkansas, year number 3, and all of his stops along the way, he has been ultra successful. Jalil Farooq back deep to receive and a pooch kick. Fair caught at the 30.
Thank you, Coach. Roy?
Tawee Walker gets his first career start, and the touch ahead to the 35, a gain of 4 yards on first down. Roddy, we love Dylan Gabriel. He's accounted for almost 100 touchdowns in his career in college. He can do it all for the Sooners. He gets the start at quarterback. Into the flats goes Andrel Anthony, and the transfer from Michigan ushered out.
Dylan Gabriel, a guy that started games since 2019 at UCF, the 3 seasons at UCF, 2 3,000-yard passing seasons. Last year at Oklahoma, battled some injuries, but still had a pretty decent year.
Straight ahead on 3rd down and 2, and that will move the chains. A first down for OU after a gain of 7. The stop by Javonte Mackey. Walker off to a good start. The junior out of Las Vegas. OU utilizing tempo and play action for Gabriel. Wants it all. Fires a shot, and it is brought into the 10 by Anthony. From the Big 10 to the Big 12, it equals a big play and a gain of 45. Play action to Stoops, and that's a quick touchdown. Drake Stoops marches in, and just like that, Boomer on the board.
The block by Andrel Anthony, number 5, sets this up. And Drake Stoops does the easy part, getting in the end zone.
Zach Schmidt on for the PAT. And a line drive kick is good to make it 7-0. Number 20 OU flexing on its first possession.
He feels like this team is really connected, and they want to go out and play hard.
Zach Schmidt sends it deep. Jaquez Cross watches it sail over his head. Our first look at J.T. Shrout. Played last season at Colorado in Boulder. Started his career at Tennessee. Sounds like he's gaining health, gaining strength, gaining confidence now in his first season in Jonesboro. Cross the running back on first down. The swing pass is incomplete. Oklahoma shows pressure, and the quick toss in the flats to Courtney Jackson, bottled up by Justin Harrington from that cheetah position. Now Oklahoma defensively expecting to improve in a very significant way in 2023. Missed tackles, the fatigue late. Brent Venables, certainly his track record at Clemson demonstrated deeper into his career there. They were able to figure things out in a multitude of ways. 3rd and 6. Shrout lofts one deep. And incomplete. Trying to spot Jeff Foreman. Off the fingertips and out of bounds. It's 3 and out.
What a dream start for Oklahoma. Offensively, you have the quick drive, and then defensively, you force a 3 and out.
Kevin Freeman, now on scholarship, back deep to receive this punt. William Prista. Hiding that Oklahoma sun. With a path. There he goes across midfield. And another big play for OU. Gavin Freeman to the house. An 82-yard punt return for a touchdown. For Gavin Freeman, the sophomore from Oklahoma City. And Schmidt is true again. 14-0.
Gavin Freeman able to make a couple guys miss. You see the speed, his ability to get to the corner, get a body on a body down the field. Gavin Freeman finishes and has this place in an absolute frenzy. 14-0 Sooners.
Gavin Freeman put on scholarship just last week. His first touch this season, he scores a touchdown on the punt return. His first touch last year, and the first of his career also went for a touchdown against UTEP. Jaquez Cross from his own 10. Makes one man miss, bottled up. Coach Prime getting it done early in the blazing heat in Fort Worth, Texas, there in the Metroplex. Stroud directing traffic, and along the right side will pick up a first down for the Red Wolves, and he was hammered down with a quick penalty marker to fly after the devastating hit by Reggie Pearson.
It is pretty close. I mean, JT Stroud it's just stepped out of bounds. That right foot looked like it was still in bounds. The left foot is the one that's clearly out. I think some of the fact that it was a quarterback played into it and the hit didn't look great. Reggie Pearson, just pull off. There's no reason to even put the shoulder into the quarterback.
After the 15-yard penalty, the handoff. Pearson makes the stop on Zach Wallace. No gain on the play. No, Pearson battles back quickly.
They really like this safety group, Roy. Reggie Pearson, Billy Bowman, Key Lawrence, all three of those guys we expect to see today. Pearson, a big, physical, aggressive downhill safety. You can see it there in the backfield.
If you're just tuning in, 2 touchdowns were scored in less than 70 seconds. Arkansas State with its second possession. On second down, the pump fake, and in the flats dropped again, the second drop.
I'm teaching everybody else on the defense what's happening, and teaching it has helped him learn it, and they feel like they're taking a big step forward this season.
Taylor, thank you on third down. Stroud broken up, and OU aggressive with McCullough, the reserve cheetah behind Justin Harrington, getting the PBU.
Dasan McCullough was one of the biggest names in the transfer portal after a really nice year last year at Indiana. Showing his ability to play in space, was much more of a line of scrimmage player with the Hoosiers, but that time great break on the football and a nice pass breakup.
The ever dangerous Evan Freeman back deep to receive. Another Arkansas State punt. At the one, did it cross the plane, and a touchback awarded to Oklahoma.
A single year if that happens.
Marcus Major on the field. We expect him to get the bulk of the carries today. Farouk around the left side, and spun down after picking up 11 by Travion Thomas. That's a first down.
Again, the perimeter blocking fantastic from Oklahoma. The big tight end Blake Smith out front.
Incredible pace so far for the Sooners. Drake Stoops. Crowd will tell you who caught it into plus territory. Another big gainer of 21. Well, Dylan Gabriel told us this week him and Drake Stoops have become ultra close, very tight. They share the same sense of humor. On cue, another first down. Shoved out near the 40, another gain of 11. So what kind of humor is that, Rod? He said we're both pretty sarcastic.
I also think the age thing may have something to do with it. A fifth-year guy and a sixth-year guy.
They've been playing ball for a long time. Straight ahead goes Major and stopped by Mackey. Chopped down near the 30. 6-yard gain.
This running back room, they really like the depth. May not see the top two, Gavin Sawchuk and Javante Barnes today, though.
Major ahead of the 25. How about this pace? Have you seen anything this fast recently?
Let's just say it's been since last season since we've seen anything this fast. Maybe other than you running for a plane.
Maybe later today that could be happening. Off the pump fake. To the end zone. And incomplete. Farouk, the intended receiver. Got 2 hands on it, blanketed by Sammy Johnson, who did a decent job.
Yeah, Sammy Johnson did a good job not letting Jalil Farouk have a free release off the line of scrimmage. Farouk actually had to go around him, kind of out of bounds before getting down the field. Johnson a little banged up.
Senior from Little Rock, Arkansas. Back here in Norman, Sammy Johnson assisted off the field moments ago, the starting cornerback for Arkansas State. 5 minutes in, OU on the move again with Roddy Jones, Roy Philpott, Taylor McGregor on the sidelines. And a fast start, to say the least. The nation's top 20 program, Oklahoma. Freeman on the jet sweep. A little quick toss to the edge. Lassoed out of bounds. Probably a wide receiver's or tight end's least favorite rule change recently. It'll be second down and 22. Delayed give to Marcus Major. No, the play action fake, and the pass is there for Anthony. Across the 20, down to the 18, a gain of 18, and that penalty yardage is gobbled up quickly.
These corners are going to be on an island a lot in this Arkansas State defense. Rob Harley comes from the Mark D'Antonio Patinarduzzi tree. There's a strike to Andrew Anthony against Justin Hodges.
Another nifty move. It Stoops. Inside the 5, it'll be first down and goal for OU.
Made the safety Travion Thomas miss. No surprise, they're going fast again. Drake a little banged up though. Favoring that right shoulder.
Drake Stoops out, Gavin Freeman in. Major, the running back, straight ahead, hits a wall. And stopped short of the 3.
Arkansas State was trying to get a sub onto the field. Thought because Drake Stoops left the game, Gavin Freeman into the game, they would have time, but they got caught with an extra guy right there on the sideline.
Right, it feels like Red Wolves just trying to catch their collective breath after this incredible start. Smith in motion. Major again, the running back on first down and goal. Major plows his way straight ahead in his first touchdown of his senior campaign.
Look at Gavin Rain, the center. This is getting after somebody. He does an excellent job of driving Nate Marty into the end zone, opening up a hole.
We've seen touchdown pass, a touchdown run, and a special team score already. And which Spencer Rattler do we see? The one we saw last year at the end of the season against Clemson in Tennessee. Is he ready to build off of that as we check in again with Matt Berry? Is there anything you would like to see more or less of from JT Shrout now in possession number 3?
To be honest with you, Roy, I think it's, and he's a guy that just got to Jonesboro in the summer, so missed a lot of time in the spring trying to get that chemistry.
Pop pass to Tennell Bryant with a penalty marker down and a face mask coming on Billy Bowman.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 2, 15-yard penalty added to the end of play. Automatic, first down.
It's a couple now 15-yard penalties that this Oklahoma defense has given. 3rd personal foul overall on Oklahoma, including the illegal blindside block.
Arkansas State again with possession near midfield. Play action, Shrout wide open. The slant pattern is there. Into OU territory goes Corey Rucker. Started his career at Arkansas State, transferred to South Carolina a season ago, and now back to Jonesboro in 2023.
What a great story that Corey Rucker is. A guy that thought he was going to greener pastures at the University of South Carolina, got hurt, needed this Arkansas State staff, needed this environment. A big catch early in this one.
Gain of 28. Arkansas State had just 20 yards in its first 9 plays from scrimmage. Play action again, and Shrout looking long. Front pylon and out of bounds, looking for Foreman. Talented receiver. Butch Jones told us he broke down when he made the phone call to come back to the Red Wolves program. Wallace, the running back. Wallace with a carry, and Wallace with no real estate in front of him. Jordan Kelly crashed the pocket. That's going to be a TFL and a loss of 2.
What an individual effort fighting off the block by Jordan Kelly. Jordan Kelly is going to slant down, fight off the block, just make an incredible play.
Dominic Zavada, 44-yard field goal attempt on the way. And Zavada will push that one wide right.
He's had a lot of really good defenses, but Brent Venables, the reason he got this job is because of calling defensive ball plays.
Javante Barnes, carry number 1 in 2023. He's been banged up a little bit in camp. He picks up 5 yards.
One of the big surprises about this Oklahoma depth chart when it came out was where Javante Barnes was, but a lot of that was just availability that had him below Tyree Walker and Marcus Major.
Walker made his first career start. Barnes bouncing around like a pinball, short of the first down. Malik Straker, first time we've called his name. All-conference performer in the Sun Belt last year with a stop. 3rd down inside zone, and Barnes clears a path. Needed 1, he'll pick up 3. The tackle by Thomas, that moves the chains.
Just been banged up in camp.
And Barnes this time lasso down from behind. That was Micah Bland. 4 programs that are part of the conference. Free play for Dillon Gabriel. He knows it and heaves one deep. Fighting deep down the field and pass interference coming on Andrell Anthony as he tried to break open.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both on the defense. Offside, number 25. That penalty is declined. Pass interference, number 5. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Sometimes underthrowing you can help force those pass interference penalties.
Gabriel, a toss sweep, and Barnes to the edge, brought down near the 40.
I don't know, man.
More reasons to watch. Barnes bottled up, spun down. He'll lose a couple. It's a loss of 4. Thurman gathers. Red Wolves in desperate need of a stop. Gabriel, quick strike. Needed 8, and Freeman stays in bounds. He tiptoed near side. Sooners will slow it down. A perfect 4-for-4 start on 3rd down.
Yes.
And Walker into the red zone, stopped at the 20.
Was that Oklahoma transferred back in from South Carolina? Had a nice block on that last play against a really talented defensive front for LSU.
One new name to watch, Keon Coleman for Florida State, the transfer from Michigan State.
Some real ball players. But Mason Smith, the big defensive tackle, out for LSU.
3rd down and 3. Barnes bullies his way for our first down. 1st down and goal. And the Sooners want more here in our first quarter. Play action, Gabriel back corner and out of bounds, just his 2nd incompletion. Jalil Farouk, the intended target. Leon Jones in coverage.
Off of that run, they decided to go to that a lot.
Gabriel in the flats to the pylon for the touchdown. Gavin Freeman, the former walk-on. A standout in our first 15 minutes.
Freeman, just a quick little flat route, and the speed beats Travion Thomas to the pylon. Nice design by Jeff Levy. Good execution by Freeman and Gabriel.
So in less than a quarter, Gavin Freeman has doubled his touchdown total of his Oklahoma career. Sooner for life. Another reason why OU's receivers are looked upon in a different light. Zach Schmidt sends it deep again. 5 yards into the end zone. We can't get enough of it.
I gotta tell you, and this place feels like what college football should feel like when you look it up in the dictionary.
JT Shrout flings one incomplete. Against a Big 12 team back in 2020, an upset in Manhattan against Kansas State. There's a hit, and down he goes behind the 20. Gentry Williams on Jacquez Cross, and a big-time flex for the Sooners.
That is physical, that is tough, but that is legal, Roy. Keep that head out and absolutely drill the running back.
College football's triumphant return in 2023. 3rd down and long start of our 2nd quarter. The score tells the story. JT Shrout. A couple of pump fakes into the turf. Kristoff back on to punt. Turns it over beautifully. Freeman retreating all the way back to the 20. He's got to track it down. Waiting the convoy. And another spin and almost broke that one. Now Brent Venables defensively, you go back to his time in Clemson, and there was a decade where nobody did it at a higher level. 28-0 our score. Dillon Gabriel remains on the field. The left-hander tosses one short.
To return, and guys, that's tough. He's one of the team's best cover corners.
Petaway caught the last pass. Barnes over the right side for a gain of 6, and that will be another OU first down. And the pace is back. Gabriel with all afternoon. into Arkansas State territory. LV Bunkley Shelton. A couple of receptions last year. The junior from Compton, California, the Arizona State transfer. The first catch this fall.
The competitive depth that Brent Venables has talked about. Receiver is one of those positions where you're going to see it the most. They felt like the receivers were playing too many plays last year. There were a lot of lazy reps, a lot of tired reps. Not necessarily lazy, but tired reps last season. But the rotation that they have, they feel really good about, which means you'll get fresh, crisp routes all the time.
Competitive depth. I think we heard that phrase 9 or 10 times yesterday sitting in Coach Venables' office. Tawee Walker keeps the play alive. You know, he told us this week it was an unsettling feeling how the Cheez-It Bowl ended against Florida State. We aim to change that this year. Back shoulder toss, and there it is. Jaden Gibson. First down and goal for OU.
How about the body control by Gibson going up, snagging it, and bringing it down?
Right over Leon Jones on the very next play. A touchdown for the Sooners. 34-0. Tawee Walker with the honors this time. Gabriel already over 200 yards through the air. Already 2 touchdown tosses. Eight different players have caught passes. Dillon Gabriel spreading the wealth, to say the least. No, mission accomplished, and we still have a lot of football left to be played here in Norman.
Lives up to their top 25 billing. Bobby Petrino taking over as the offensive coordinator there. Jimbo Fisher giving up play calling duties.
Is he, though?
Yeah, spent the spring at Colorado before getting here in the summer, and to be honest, it's kind of looked like it so far in this one.
4 of 12, make it 4 of 13. Corey Rucker did not help out as quarterback as we check in again with Matt Berry in the studio. The American Athletic Conference on the road there, the big house. Stroud, dangerous toss, and the pass is caught. Courtney Jackson running into Oklahoma territory. Right past Woody Washington. Zach Wallace straight ahead.
Jaron Carnick just not quite able to get his depth quickly enough.
Yeah, Kanik and Stutzman anchoring those linebacking corps with Justin Harrington. Stroud will buy a little bit of time and fling it. A modest pickup to Adam Jones, his first catch.
JT Stroud, a couple of good passes. Another big third down.
Coach Jones told us last night they want to vary tempo to the end zone contact. And no flag. Reagan Ely, the intended receiver. Billy Bowman all over him. It was 17 of 18. Career long of 56. Now from 43, just inside the right hash on the way. And I don't think so. Their support for Julie Venables' continued courageous fight against cancer.
It was really touching to talk to Brent Venables about his wife Julie's battle, ongoing battle, what it means for everybody, especially for him.
Gabriel going deep. Nick Anderson, back-to-back plays. First and goal, Oklahoma.
Seemed like everybody on that side of the field was wide open for Oklahoma and Dillon Gabriel, but once again, Nick Anderson, they've got a lot of high hopes for. Makes a big catch.
Straight ahead goes Major.
Last play down the field, Dillon Gabriel looking at Anderson all the way, wide open down the field. How pretty is that deep ball, though? Great shot by our crew. Tight spiral, drops it right in the bucket. I don't hate it. I didn't see a lot to that.
Gabriel will buy a little time. He can scramble. Shoved out inside the 5. Brother Rodney, of course, played at OU in the NFL with the Cincinnati Bengals. Gabriel again will buy some time and a touchdown.
Call that a nifty little run there, Roy. Gabriel drops back, doesn't see anything to his left, doesn't see anything in the middle, nothing to his right. Do I have to run? Yeah, okay, I'll do it. You know what? I'll put it in the end zone, too.
Call me crazy. I wouldn't be shocked if Jackson Arnold's getting loose on the sidelines.
You know, I would not either. But it's still so early in the game that you want your quarterback, your starting quarterback, to get as many of these live reps as necessary. Big-time freshman on the sideline that they want to see as well, Roy.
Dillon Gabriel has thrown for 2 scores. He's run for another one just moments ago. Almost 300 yards passing. Still early. Sunsplash Saturday afternoon, Norman, Oklahoma. Palace on the Prairie. Packed with Sooner Nation once again. 42-0. Not even halfway through our second quarter. Roddy Jones, Roy Philpott, Taylor McGregor. Zach Schmidt has been active. He's been perfect so far. He's kicked a lot of extra points. And they'll send another one deep for a touchback out to the 25.
It wasn't until Brent Venables entered the picture in spring of 2022 that he asked for another opportunity with the team, and Venables said yes, but you will walk on. Last fall, he appeared in 13 games, did not start, and then this summer, guys, he was put on scholarship, named a team captain, and today is his first start. So quite a story of perseverance, and he means a ton to this defense as they try to flip the script from what happened a year ago.
Of a guy who, I mean, Brent Venables said he quit on his team the year prior to coming back, and Brent Venables didn't let him back on right when he first asked. He had players coming and telling him, hey, look, I think we should give this guy a second chance. Let him in at the end of spring last year, played the last week of spring. Wasn't a big contributor this year, but coming out of camp, Justin Harrington was the best player on that defense according to people around the program.
Just made the stop, number 4, Cripson and Crean, after a gain of 4. Brent Venables loves a good redemption story, and Justin Harrington certainly symbolic. And those two pretty tight, to say the least. 3rd down and 2. Off of play action. And stop short. Gavin Freeman, G. Freaky. Dropping back deep. William Pristup. His 4th punt of the afternoon after the 3rd 3-and-out for the Red Wolves offense. That'll be over on ABC at 3:30 Eastern. Penix, I think, is a dark horse for the Heisman. Washington, a program that in a strange enough year where the Pac-12 is going away after this season, at least it feels that way. The Huskies are right there in that mix to win a title in the conference.
You certainly expect the conference to be fantastic. All the teams that got in the top 25, Heisman Trophy winner returning.
Blake Smith, look out. Ushered out near the 44 for that 1 year in the SEC at South Carolina.
You know, I think the tight end position, I think they'll be fine in terms of receptions. I want to see what they do in the run game, because that's where Braden Willis was so good last year.
Gabriel heaves one deep again. Anthony is there, drugged down, and that's going to be pass interference on Justin Hodges. Well, Anthony can certainly take the top off a defense.
Pass interference, defense, number 0. 15-yard penalty. Automatic, 1st down.
That's correct. Barnes back in at running back for OU. Little trickeration. And on the reverse, Gavin Freeman bottled up.
They feel really good about that position with both of those guys healthy.
We are expecting the debut of the 5-star quarterback, #1 dual-threat quarterback in the country, Jackson Arnold. We semi-expected to see him maybe in this first half today, but Brent Venables, Jeff Lebby electing to keep him on the sideline for now. Dillon Gabriel gets his rhythm going, and already 400 yards of offense. And for Jackson Arnold, Venables said something to us I don't know that I've ever heard him say about a first-year guy. It's one of the most humble and confident people you could ever be around.
It's an interesting needle to thread. I am both humble and confident because that confidence shines through.
Straight ahead, Javante Barnes. Stopped short of the red zone. It was Straker that brought him down, a gain of 17 more.
Deserve to be the starter right now, but you're confident in your abilities to get the job done.
Quick toss of Petaway. Coach Prime getting it done early. TCU's about a 3-touchdown favorite there. Barnes probing around the right side. On 2nd down, will gain a couple. Colorado goes into the Metroplex and upsets a team that played for a national championship a year ago. What a shot that would be right out of the gates. 3 penalty markers come in. Marcus Major was stopped.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense. Number 32. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic. First down.
And here at a roster that had a lot of junior college players. He's high on his culture. Doing it the right way.
Recruiting class in the Sun Belt for 2 straight years. But all those guys are still really young.
Stogger in motion. He'll serve as the lead blocker in that H-back role. That wasn't enough. Perfection on 3rd down. Delayed handoff. Barnes. Good job defensively by Tim Hardiman. It'll be 4th and goal, and the first time that OU's been stopped on 3rd down today.
And the question is whether or not they will go for it. And much to the dismay of this Oklahoma crowd, they send out the field goal unit. But look,
we're getting greedy.
Everyone needs work here in the first week of the year. Let's get your kicker Zach Schmidt out there and have him kick one against an opposing team.
21-yard effort just inside the right hash. You love fans. It's why we have the jobs that we do.
I love the fans. So
passionate. Zach Schmidt, 12 of 18 last year. 1 for 1 to start 2023. 45-0, less than a minute to go in our first half. Butch Jones and Arkansas State will get the football back after this.
Speaking of XFL, Bob Stoops in the building today.
The champion. We congratulated him. The Arlington Renegades title this spring in the XFL.
Kansas State hasn't been talked a ton about.
They are never talked about.
It's like Utah. You know, they just win the league and we don't talk about them. Although that Utah team, once they get healthy, they're going to be scary.
Conference realignment has been quite active, even as recently as yesterday when we found out SMU, Stanford, and Cal all headed to the ACC next season as well. Halftime in Norman, Oklahoma 6 possessions, 6 scoring drives, all consisting of 70 yards or more. 437 yards of total offense. Let's get you to the studio right now. Matt Berry, Joey Galloway, Coach Mullen. Guys, take it away. Total yards, just $106 for Arkansas State. And moments ago, T-Mac talking with Coach Venables.
Challenge, see what type of maturity we have as a football team, the hunger, the drive. We got a lot to improve on, a lot to get better at. Today's been a good day so far, but it's not going to be a good day if we don't finish the second half the right way.
Thank you, Coach. Troy?
T-Mac, thank you. Danny Stutzman, the tackle on first down. It'll be 2nd and 9 after the run by Cross.
Not at all surprised to see the starting defense back on the field. Be interesting to see if we see the starting offense as well. You want your crew to go through the halftime adjustment process, getting back onto the field and going through at least a drive here in the second half.
Cross roams across the right side. He'll probe his way for a couple. Kanik the tackle. Red Wolves have Memphis in week 2 next Saturday. Stroud with time, wants to go long. Man-to-man coverage and incomplete. Woody Washington blanketed Corey Rucker. Took Oklahoma 3 plays on its first possession to reach the end zone. Gavin Freeman with a punt return for a touchdown. He caught another one in the first half. Former walk-on already with 2 scores this year. The debut of the 5-star, Jackson Arnold, number 10 in crimson and cream, and here we go. Marcus Major straight ahead. Jackson Arnold, the number 1 dual threat quarterback in the country, and boy, he can do it all out of Guyer High School.
He certainly can. He's ESPN's number 1 quarterback. He's got the ability to pick him up and put him down with the best of them. An element that we see Dillon Gabriel do some. Jackson Arnold is a guy that's going to bring enhanced mobility at some point down the line, but his ability to throw the ball and his innate accuracy is what's really impressed early in his career. While they've got a good one in Dillon Gabriel to start, they're excited about the future.
Could be a free play. Arnold knows it. Goes long and incomplete. Sam Graham jumped the line as Farouk was the intended receiver.
Offside, defense number 32. 5-yard penalty. Replay 3rd down.
We saw it there. When you've got a ton of arm and you're getting your first college experience with all the adrenaline and the nerves, it's no surprise he overthrew that ball by 5-6 yards.
Brent Venables said he's not going to play like a third-year player. He's going to make his share of mistakes. Pettaway with the grab. That'll move the chains and a gain of 10 on 3rd and 2. But he's got high expectations for him, it sounded like in our conversations this season.
And look, competitive depth is something that they've talked about everywhere. Think about the game that Dillon Gabriel didn't play last year. They got shut out against Texas because of the lack of competitive depth at the quarterback position. So if nothing else, Jackson Arnold gives you that.
Josh Fanuel move around, serve as the H-back for Major. And Marcus Major. Gain of 2. Yeah, I like that. UMass and Auburn coming up when we're done in Norman. The debut of Hugh Freeze on the Plains. Pettaway shoved out near first down yardage. Looks like he stopped just short. It'll be 3rd down and a couple after a gain of 6. Hugh Freeze back in the SEC is something I think we can all sink our teeth into with just the offense. And he's bringing Peyton Thorne, former Michigan State starter, with him here in week 1. And that's going to be interesting, to say the least, when we're done here.
It certainly will be. But Hugh Freeze's ability to recruit at Auburn, we've seen what that place can be. You can get great players there. Interesting to see his debut.
Oklahoma getting deeper into the depth chart already. Howie Walker, fake it to him. Pettaway has it, a nifty move. First down, keeps that play alive almost to the 22.
And with Gavin Freeman, but Jacquez Pettaway is going to get some time there as well.
Arnold play action into the flats. LB Bunkley Shelton picks up another first down. 16 yards. His second catch of the game.
Made it pretty easy on Jackson Arnold so far on this drive. Quick dishes out to the flat, let your receivers work.
Walker keeps the play alive and stopped just short of the goal line. And Walker this time, no problem on the second attempt. The start of the second half, more of the same for OU.
Couldn't quite tell.
Yeah, by some metrics, ranked as high as number 2 overall in special teams in 2022. Oh, the pump fake on the extra point, no problem for Zach Schmidt. Picture perfect afternoon for college football, 52-0. And the Sooners are rolling. Year 2 under Brent Venables, 6-7 last year. They are trying to change all of that as quickly as possible in 2023. Sun blazing down. Ronnie Jones, Roy Philpott, Taylor McGregor, our hardworking ESPN crew. An offseason that has been filled with, as the seismic shift in collegiate athletics continued up until yesterday morning. What we talked about a little bit in the first half. SMU, Cal, and Stanford headed to the ACC. Second catch for Adam Jones. It's a chain mover after a gain of 14.
Wouldn't Texas and Oklahoma love have great seasons in their last years in the Big 12? It'll make their fan bases feel a lot better about moving to the SEC.
And wouldn't the Big 12 teams love to escort both programs to the SEC with a couple of L's on the slate this year, right?
Not just the teams. It feels like the commissioner as well would love that.
Courtney Jackson a catch and another first down into OU territory. Brent Venables and Ted Roof's defense pitching a shutout so far. Zach Wallace over the left side.
Oklahoma is looking to reassert their dominance in sort of the pecking order in the conference, but Texas, the school that, you look at those conference championships, has not been nearly as successful as their rival to the north. Texas is the favorite in the preseason, and I think it's going to come down to quarterback play and how far does that defense comes. Because we talked about it earlier. This defense at Oklahoma is going to make a massive step forward. Can Texas do something similar? Can they kind of get over the hump?
3rd down and 9. JT Shrout with time. Good grab on the run by Brian Snead. Stopped 2 yards short. It'll be 4th down. Kendall Dolby, forced him out short of the line to gain. And let's see.
I think if you're Arkansas State, I love going for it. You're both playing like it's 0-0 and playing like there's nothing to lose.
Officials timeout on the field for an injury.
Kendall Dolby injured sooner, grabbing his left side. 4th down coming up for Arkansas State, on the move in OU territory after this injury timeout. 4th down and 2 for Arkansas State. Red Wolves trying to get on the scoreboard for the first time. Shrout surveys and throws high and incomplete on the crosser.
Brent Venables is recruiting on the level of an SEC school. I mean, that is what he's preparing for, and his recruiting classes have suggested as much.
Arnold with time. Petaway, another reception.
I'm excited to go talk to some recruits later today. He absolutely loves it.
Well, he postponed his meeting with us. Cade McIntyre going to pick up a 1st down. We were ready to meet with Coach yesterday, and he was talking to an offensive line recruit in his office for an extended period of time, and then we caught up with him a few minutes later, and he gave us some extra time, which we appreciated. But he does love recruiting. And it's funny talking with Coach Venables. There's not a lot of stationary, sitting in the chair and relaxing when you talk with Coach. There's a lot of movement. There's some rubbing of the knees and talking about what's to come for this program. And it kind of gets you excited, even as a broadcaster. Petaway, a nice move and a 1st down. And he toasted James Reed, the 3rd in the process, a gain of 12. Arnold, tempo, back corner, off to Karam, touchdown! Jaden Gibson, right over the top of Leon Jones. How you doing?
You give the big 6'5" receiver a chance. It's a really good initial play by Leon Jones, but an unfortunate bounce off the hands. Great concentration by Jaden Gibson, snags it well in bounds. And Jackson Arnold delivers.
Jackson Arnold, 8 for 8 for 102 yards and a touchdown. Jaden Gibson, originally committed to Florida, out of Winter Garden, Florida. Here in Norman, he's doing quite nicely. Thank you very much.
The Jackson Arnold era here in Oklahoma is off to a perfect start. 8 for 8 with 102 yards and 1 touchdown is the freshman quarterback. I've been studying his every move when he's come to the sideline in between series, and what I can tell you, there is a confidence about this young man of, hey, yes, I went out there and I am perfect, 8 for 8 when it comes to completions, but this is what I've meant to do. There's certainly something about him. He oozes a presence and a confidence that's real, guys.
I think he said it best yesterday. One of the most humble and confident people you could ever be around. Jaquez Cross crossing the 20, brought down there. Matt, we appreciate that update. It is great to see Virginia back on the field for the first time after the tragedy late last fall. Mac Hollins leading the team out earlier today, and Roddy will be in Charlottesville next weekend. We look forward to that trip. As Tanell Bryant went around the left side, picked up 8. Oklahoma thinks it has the football. Kenai Walker trying to rip it loose.
Ruling on the field is a fumble recovered by the defense. 1st down, Oklahoma.
What a job by Kenai Walker. Just coming in after Bryant was already wrapped up, sticks his arms in there, pulls it out. Peyton Bowen had the initial hit, was slinging him to the ground, and Kani Walker opportunistically sweeps in and says, "I'll have that, thank you very much." He recovered 4 fumbles a year ago, just created one there.
Jackson Arnold through the line. He'll pick up a first down, a gain of 11. And the tempo even faster. Oklahoma already a 50-burger on the scoreboard. And listen, this is valuable experience. It's not great for Arkansas State fans, but for a freshman quarterback, there's no way to simulate these kinds of reps in practice, right?
No, there's not. It gives you an opportunity to play a lot, to go through different scenarios. Now you've got a sudden change scenario under your belt. Back-to-back quarterback runs, I really liked what Jackson Arnold. That was sort of a savvy run, hugging close to the lead blockers when you've got an unblocked guy on the outside to break that tackle and get some extra yardage.
Smothers. Push the pile and pick up another first down. Back off the pace for a moment. 9-man box. Smothers. Dalen Smothers picks up 4 more.
But slowing down the tempo, shortening the game a little bit. It's going to help.
Arnold busts through again for another touchdown.
Continues to go well for the Oklahoma Sooners.
5 rushing touchdowns for the Oklahoma offense. One more look at Jackson Arnold after the extra point drilled by Gavin Marshall.
Got a puller coming around, big Nate Anderson, a couple of pancakes. Jackson Arnold, little OU after he gets into the end zone. Gotta love that. Dylan Gabriel's handled extremely well, as has Batman Jackson Arnold.
Good relationship between the two. That's always important in any locker room. Another touchback for Zach Schmidt. Arkansas State back on the field. Red Wolves have had several promising possessions. Only to miss a couple of field goals, one from 38, the other from 44. League is pretty salty at the top, and this team could factor in all of it by the time it's all said and done. Flag on the field, 2 in fact. Second down and 23. Time for Strout. Pass is caught. Bryant has it. And was hit hard by Peyton Bowman.
You know, Roy, you were talking big picture about the Big 12. This Oklahoma team is absolutely going to be a factor down the stretch. I think from a schedule standpoint, to be quite honest, it sets up really nicely for them in the Big 12. But also, the roster's too good. The high-end talent's too good. Brent Venables, too good a coach. Jeff Lebby, too good at his job on the offensive side of the football. Ted Roof and his experience, they're going to get this Oklahoma team right.
I think our feeling this week is a crew that chip on the shoulder, all the cliches that you would envision after the first losing campaign in a generation, basically. All of those things apply with this team, which just means sharper focus.
With the defense helps cure some of those close losses. Brent Venables made a point to tell us, you know, we felt like we weren't great in the fourth quarter, but statistically, we went back and did the study. Statistically, it was our worst quarter throughout the season. And so they have spent the entire offseason trying to fix that first and foremost.
Yeah, he said, we have the data that clearly proves it. It's not a hunch. It's not what we just saw on film. The metrics are all there, and we've got to get better. So that competitive depth, get some rest for your linebackers, your key wide receivers. The end of games, you expect to be much better. Sooners over 600 yards today, including over 400 through the air. Smothers driven backwards in a TFL for the Arkansas State defense, and Sam Graham.
It's always good in these situations to be able to continue to build that depth by playing young players. And teams often get these when they play like an FCS school, but the performance early in this game against an Arkansas State team that we expect to be better this year. The performance that Oklahoma's put together should lead to a lot of optimism for the Sooner crew.
Pettaway again as time winds down in our third quarter. James Reed III wrapped him up. So the 8th grab for Pettaway. He's got 62 yards through the air. That one picked up 5 more.
Jacques Pettaway wasn't one of these early enrollees. He wasn't there in the spring, got there in the summer, and has earned himself playing time in a really short period of time. He's been great in space. Really adds. You know, Drake Stoops left the game. He's in a sling right now. We'll see if he gets healthy, but Jacques Pettaway may have a chance to play a lot early in the year, depending on how long Stoops is out.
15 minutes to go in Norman. Oh, well played, sir. Thank you, Matt Berry. The start of our fourth quarter here in Norman. Number 20, Oklahoma leading Arkansas State by a bunch. Roddy Jones, Roy Philpott, Taylor McGregor. And the Sooners on the move again with the backup quarterback, the 5-star phenom, Jackson Arnold, manning the controls.
Jackson Arnold still has not thrown an incomplete pass.
Is that an official Roddy Jones watch at this point?
It might as well make it. You know, I am not the biggest watch guy in this game. Butch Jones would be the biggest watch guy, but I am watching other things than he is watching.
Nice. Straight ahead, and Kieron Crawford bottles up Smothers.
I don't know that they even imagined it would go this well today, though.
Pop pass driven backwards, and the tackle for loss all the way back near midfield by Flowers, bringing down Pettaway.
This team hosts this team in this conference.
Late flag comes in, and Sujic with a face mask. Number 7 for the Red Wolves.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 7, 15-yard penalty, added to the end of the run. Automatic, first down.
Put up 66 points. Smothers was flattened.
Despite the incredibly egregious fact that Tez Walker not eligible to play in that game with his second-time transfer waiver denied. Drake May is the best quarterback in that game. I think that defense under Gene Chizik, you look at the gross numbers and you're like, wow, that defense was terrible. Look at the ACC numbers, though, and it was much better than it was early in the year. Gene Chizik in his second year back at North Carolina calling defense for Mack Brown. I think that defense takes a step forward. I like North Carolina in the game.
7:30 ABC tonight, even without Tez Walker, which to me is egregious from an NCAA perspective. He should be granted eligibility. One more appeal will be heard next week after another appeal was denied this past week. Hicks goes straight ahead. That'll be a first down.
I think Phil Longo may have 2 guys rush for 1,000 yards this season. He did it at North Carolina with Javonte Williams and Michael Carter.
Here comes another face mask infraction. Denard Flowers brought down Hicks the wrong way.
But I do think Chip Lindsey for that North Carolina offense is going to bring a physicality.
Face mask, defense.
And here we are. It's been total domination is probably an understatement for what it's been for Oklahoma.
Hicks to the edge. And the end zone for another OU touchdown. Caleb Hicks scores his first touchdown.
To the end zone.
The Sooners have put up 73 points. Expected to win in convincing fashion, but 73 going to turn some heads around the country. Welcome back to ESPN College Football presented by Zales. 73-0.
That's an easy one. The other one would be...
Ricky Williams won in 98. Big 12 started in 1996.
Yep. And then you got RG3. Used to play with Nebraska all the time. How could that's on me? You know what, Roy? I'm patting my chest. That one's me. That one's on me. That one's on me. You didn't provide a lot of help.
No, I didn't.
That one's on me.
Oklahoma, well, they've won a lot of Heisman trophies here. Big 12 era, Jason White, Bradford, Mayfield, Kyler Murray. In the pre-Big 12 era, got a couple more to tell you about. They got the statues right outside the stadium here to prove it.
Eric Crouch.
That one got me.
That's a tough L to take week one. That's a tough L to take.
Well, the problem is you have conference realignment and teams have shuffled in and out of all these leagues.
I'm not making excuses. I am. Josh White, like just driving by them, you can tell when they started to put up those statues, weren't really sure that they'd get to 7, but you got enough space to continue.
How incredible of a career has he enjoyed?
Oh, unbelievable, man.
After what happened in the national championship and the new contract signed with the Eagles. I mean, he has turned out to be one of the best players in the National Football League. And he was a guy that left Alabama to come here to Oklahoma and has only just gotten better and better in all facets of the game since.
It feels like one of those guys where you feel great about both schools claiming him. The year that he put together here at Oklahoma, obviously the body of work that he had at Alabama, did things the right way. And it really sort of drives home what's expected here out of Brent Venables. That's the level of player, that's the level of success and excellence that's expected, and he certainly knows that as well as anybody.
Ethan Downs a sack. On 2nd and long, it'll be 3rd down and longer. And Norman with Trace Ford coming in from Oklahoma State. Played there for a handful of seasons. Of course, there's going to be a lot of conversation at the end of this year about Bedlam. With OU going into the SEC, it looks as if that series will not persist after this season, which is only going to make that game even juicier. But boy, for college football, you hope that somehow, some way, everybody comes together and some of the rivalries that could be lost are not.
You would certainly hope so. And look, ego, pride gets in the way of this a lot of times, but I think we need to have leadership and the adults in the room come together and say, hey, look, I know Oklahoma State, you're upset about what happened with Oklahoma and the way that they're leaving. And I know that your reasoning is, hey, they left so they don't want to play the game. But that game needs to be played for the health of college football. And so I hope after some healing, we get some of those rivalries that we've lost back.
Less than 5 minutes to go. Brent Venables pleased with his team. Week 1. Still in the Pac-12, but next year in the Big 12. New quarterback to tell you about, Davis Beville. Signed with Pittsburgh, originally from Greenville, South Carolina, my neck of the woods. Good player.
Lots alike. As now you see our 3rd Oklahoma quarterback.
Well, I'll frame it to you like this. OU has attempted 33 passes today. Only 3 have been ruled incomplete, and Beville got rocked. Slow to get up. And he went back down.
Officials tied down on the field.
Twisted up
for injury.
Less than 4 to go and an injury timeout at Norman. Back in Norman, Oklahoma. Davis Beville assisted off the field moments ago. Certainly hope he's okay. Came in quickly and left just as fast after absorbing a tough shot in the upper body. General Booty, the new quarterback, he steps in for the first time for Oklahoma this year. Saw action last season against TCU. And on 3rd down, could be a free play for Booty. He'll loft one that is incomplete. They've been waiting for Booty for a long time. And on 3rd down, driven backwards by Gavin Potter, Caleb Hicks will lose a couple. Won the competition. Went right up until pregame meal earlier this morning. Courtney Jackson calls for the fair catch at the 41.
schedule as a whole looks manageable for Oklahoma, especially in the Big 12. No Texas Tech, no Kansas State on the list. You get a road trip to Cincinnati. Cincinnati picked at the bottom of the league. You go to BYU as well. Now, it's at altitude, and LaVell Edwards Stadium can be tricky. But overall, it's the type of schedule that Oklahoma should be looking at and thinking, we got a real shot.
Give me an over-under after watching today and understanding the schedule does get tougher in league play, but I think in your opinion, based off of how you and I have interacted this week, your expectations is that this should be a team this year that's built and constructed to win at least 9 games?
This is a 10-win team. I think if you lose 3 games on that schedule, I don't think that, especially with the way TCU looks today against Colorado, I think 10 wins should be doable for this team. It should be the expectation going forward. Now, I understand things can happen, but this team should win 10 games.
Well, that score last year in the Red River rivalry remains with this team to this day. The offseason workouts tailored around what happened last year in Dallas and the expectation that will not happen again. Jackson Daly will step ahead and to the side to pick up a first down on 3rd and short. And the lead prospect, 5-star defensive lineman with the tackle. Bawura. PJ with that previous stop, and Kobe McKenzie. Tackle here as time winds down on an impressive afternoon in many different ways for Brent Venables.
And after a 6-7 season, this is the type of start that really puts the world on notice, the college football world. Brent Venables and this Oklahoma team are going to be a force this season.
Dillon Gabriel, Jackson Arnold, a host of receivers and running backs got the job done in a very big way. Number 20 OU 73, Arkansas State nothing.